break out your pumpkin pie, take a seat. Welcome to Cuse Countdown with Zach Lang and David Edelstein. I'm Adam Unger. Now, guys, before we get to football, what is your favorite Thanksgiving dish?
Adam, it's got to be stuffing all day, every day.
I really like that red jelly stuff that goes with the turkey. It's pretty good.
Cranberry sauce?
The cranberry sauce, thank you.
Come on, David.
But I don't even know what it's called. It just tastes good.
Cranberry sauce?
It just tastes good, though. I never took the.
David,
I was
come on.
eating it
Thanksgiving's
so
not for
quickly
amateurs.
That's
that
fair
I wasn't
enough.
looking at the
I'm
label.
getting hungry either way, just thinking about it. Well, for the Orange, it's still football season, and this week it's Cardinal season, and they're facing a Heisman Trophy winner on Saturday. Head coach Dino Babers doesn't hesitate to give credit where credit is due.
No, I think the guy is absolutely amazing. I think he can throw the ball, he can run the ball, he can outrun everybody on our team. He can throw the ball on the money. He can run or pass. He's the leading rusher on their team. I'm not sure. I think he's either the first or second guy in the history of the throw for 3,000 and rush for 1,000 like 2 years in a row. I'm not sure I've ever seen anybody like him.
Well, let's take a closer look at Lamar Jackson. He is on pace to throw for almost 4,000 yards, and while his touchdown total isn't quite as staggering as it was last season, you can see that his completion percentage is up 4%, and Dino Babers got this stat right. Jackson is the only college quarterback ever with 3,000 passing yards and 1,000 rushing yards in consecutive seasons. And the last time he faced the Orange, he put up over 600 total yards, 5 total touchdowns, and he broke the internet with a hurdle at the goal line. So facing him again on Saturday, I know it's tough, but guys, if you had to, how would you try to stop Lamar Jackson or even just slow him down?
Adam, it's simple. The defense just has to be patient with him, because if you collapse on that pocket too fast, then he's just going to torch you outside. We've seen the read option plays that he's capable of doing. He can run for 20, 40 yards, and he will leave the Syracuse front seven in the dust.
The reality is you can't stop Lamar Jackson, but this is what you would do if you were going to try. You can't stop Lamar Jackson from running. You can't stop him from passing. But when he is going to run, you need to make him run to the sidelines. Shorten his runs. Don't give him 68-yard touchdowns like we saw him have last week against Virginia. And when he's going to pass, you need to have tight coverage, something Syracuse has struggled with, but we'll have to do in this game to try and contain Lamar Jackson. Again, try.
Well, let's flip over to the other side of the ball for just a second here. Eric Dungy and Dante Strickland both questionable on Saturday. So, Zach, with that in mind, what's your key to the game?
Adam, my key to the game is that Syracuse has to run the ball outside of the tackles. And David, here is why. Zach Mahoney has not been the best quarterback that Syracuse has needed. When Dungy's on his A game, that offense runs perfectly. But with Mahoney in, they're struggling a little bit. So they need to rely on the run game. So if they run outside the tackles, you'll see plays like last week where Strickland ran for 43 yards for a touchdown. The more they spice up the run game, the more the Syracuse offense has an ability to score and also keep Lamar Jackson off the field by running the clock.
Here's the thing. Eric Dungy must play. He's so essential to the way that this Orange offense works. We've seen Syracuse without him now. Last week against Wake Forest in a full game, and 2 weeks ago against Florida State, where in the first quarter he was injured and then he was taken out. Syracuse did not score once in the first quarter. When he came back into that game, Syracuse wound up picking up the pace and got within 3 within the final seconds, could have tied it up with a field goal. So without Eric Dungy, this team has been struggling. With Zach Mahoney, we saw that last week. Eric Dungy must be in this game for Syracuse to have a chance.
Well, David, I'm not sure if it's Zach Mahoney that's struggling. He put up 384 yards. It might be him on Saturday. It might not. So with or without Dungy, do the Orange get it done in enemy territory?
I don't think the Orange will be able to. Even if Eric Dungy does play, I think the final score is Louisville 49-30. Louisville has given up a lot more points than they have last year. But the thing is that they have both teams have good offensives. Dungy is probable for this game, but even if he's there, Louisville is still such a stronger team than the Orange. Lamar Jackson is in this game against the Orange exponentially better than any player Syracuse has right now at the moment. So I think that with him, they have more chance to get it done. Louisville will pull it off at home.
David, I agree. I think Louisville is going to win this one 51-20, and it's because it's Lamar Jackson. The guy's already got a Heisman under his belt, could potentially be competing for a second one. He can throw it, he can run it. He is the entire Louisville Cardinals team, and he's just going to leave this entire Syracuse team wishing that they had stayed at the Dome on Saturday.
Well, all of the squishy red stuff, whatever that is, from our analysts. So that's all we've got for this week's edition of Cuse Countdown. We've got you covered on Citrus TV Sports, on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, along with CitrusTV.com, and a full postgame update from Louisville, Kentucky with Zach and David. I'm Adam. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the game and have a happy Thanksgiving.